And you?
I'm great. I'm okay. You are 6A, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So I hope you are doing well. We are also okay. And um, last time we did a few questions, and also I shared new tests in WhatsApp group, and you need to
Yeah.
practice those questions. Now we are going to solve some geometry questions. Okay, maybe like 2 hours. We are going to practice geometry questions. So today we will talk about how to find the perimeter and area of very simple geometric shapes. And when we just say simple geometrical shapes or figures, let's say, what we think, actually, the first thing that comes to our mind is triangle, right? The most commonly used shape is, figure is triangle. And the second one is rectangle, for example. And also in our daily life situations, we actually see rectangles and triangles around us a lot. Like for example, our windows, rectangular shape, and sometimes windows in triangular shape, right? And the wheels of cars, circular shape, and blah, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, are we recording? Yes. So let's continue then. Okay. Mariam, let's start with you. Just read it and we will discuss. Okay. And after that, we will get formula how to find the perimeter and area of a rectangle and a square. And as you know, square is a special rectangle, right? And also rectangle is a special quadrilateral. And what is the rectangle? And it's a special quadrilateral whose opposite sides are equal and all interior angles are 90 degrees. How about the square? All sides are equal and also interior angles are 90 degrees. Okay. Marian, can you tell us some other simple geometrical figures? What figures do you know? I mean, here we have rectangle, here we have square. What else?
Maybe triangle. It's a simple a geometry shape. Maybe a triangle which sides are equal, and there is a triangle that two sides are equal. I don't know how to say it in English.
No, no,
It
Mariam,
two
can you just name some simple geometrical figures? Okay, one is
Okay,
triangle. Here we have square. Here we have rectangle. Any other figure?
okay, triangle. What else? Rhombus.
Okay, rhombus.
What else? And maybe that's all. Simple are also
Nigar, how
nothing.
about you? Can you add something to this list?
Circle this
Circle
or
and
parallelogram.
parallelogram. Okay,
Trapezoid. Trapezoid. Trapezoid.
trapezium or trapezoid. Okay. Anything else?
Cylinder.
How do what do you call this?
Angles.
What do you
Six
call
angles.
this geometry shape? This one?
Rhomb. It's rhomb. It's rhombus.
Rhombus.
It's rhomb.
No, no. This one is rhombus. This one is rhombus.
No. Don't know
All
what is
sides are
it.
equal. But this one is, what is it? It looks like kite, right? It is kite.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is rhombus. Okay, so these are very simple geometric figures. When we just say simple geometrical figures, we mean rectangle, square, triangle, and rhombus, trapezoid or trapezium, parallelogram, and even circle, and kites, and that's it. Anyway, so, okay, Marian, can you read the first paragraph and let's talk about these things and we will move on.
Okay. A quadrilateral with four right angles is called a rectangle, in which if four sides are equal, it's called a square. Note that a square is also a rectangle. However, the name square gives us a more precise meaning.
More precise meaning, right? More precise means uh, more clearly. Anyway, as you see in the first picture, it's a rectangle. And Actually, in rectangle, the longer side is called length. Usually I just, with L. The first letter of length is L. And how about the shorter side? We call this breadth or width. So usually we use
Wide,
W.
wide.
And now, how about now, so in the next slide, we'll talk about this perimeter. What is a perimeter? Perimeter is the length of a boundary, all right? So here, perimeter is the length of a closed curve, or just simply the length of a boundary. Hence, it is also the sum of the length of all sides of a figure. What happened? Kilometer, meter, centimeter, and millimeter are common units of perimeter. Since its length, right, either if you're talking about, for example, a big geometric figure, we use kilometer. Okay, Leila, can you give one example? For example, when do we use kilometer? What kind of figures perimeter is measured in kilometers?
Meter, centimeter,
Louder,
millimeter,
please. Huh?
millimeter, centimeter.
No, no, I mean
Uh,
kilometer. I'm saying that, okay. Here we are saying that kilometer, meter, centimeter, and millimeter are common units of perimeter. If you're measuring the perimeter of some figure, right? Let's say rectangle or triangle, whatever it is. So for example, if it is too small, we use millimeter. For example, let's say wedding ring, for example, right? And a lot of people wear wedding ring. It is circular shape, right? So to measure its circumference, we do not use meter, we do not use centimeter, we use millimeter. Why? Because it's small. And how about, for example, the perimeter of your house? Your house is quite big. At that time, we use meter, right? And for example, perimeter of your book, for example, right? The top, let's say it's rectangle, we use centimeter. And how about kilometer? When do we use kilometer? For example, if you talk about the perimeter of Azerbaijan, it's a big country, right? At the time we use kilometer. What is the perimeter of Azerbaijan? Maybe something kilometers. What is the perimeter of, for example, let's say the Caspian Sea, for example, we use kilometer. And what is the perimeter of Baku city, for example? It's a huge, at the time we use kilometer. And how about the area? Area is a measure for the size of a figure. That means that how much surface is it covering? And how do we measure this? Using area. And the square meter and square centimeter are common units of area. Okay, now let's talk about finding the area of a square and the area of a rectangle and also perimeter. So what is a perimeter of a square? And we know that all sides are equal, right? Let's say it says A is also A. This one is also A centimeters or meter, whatever it is. So perimeter is equal to, here we have A and A and A and A. And simply that's equal to what? That's equal to 4 times A, right? And this one is 4, not 2. It is 4 times side length. And how about the rectangle? Here, this one is width, this one is width, and this is length, and this is length, right? So here, perimeter is equal
X
to
plus Y
length,
is
L
equal
width,
to
length, width, right? And how many width do we have here? 2. How many length? 2. So actually, I can just write it as 2 times length plus 2 times width. And this 2 is a common factor. I can just take this out and write it as L plus width. This is how we find the perimeter. And how about the area? Area is, soon actually we'll talk about the area. The area of the square is, what is it? Just A times A. The area is A squared. And how about the area of a rectangle? It is L times W. Anyway, now we will see 3 examples together. And next, number 3, number 4, you will try. I mean, number 4 and number 5, you will try those examples. Calculate the perimeter of the following rectangle. Again, guys, as much as possible, I really more encourage you to solve these questions using algebra. Okay. And Nigar, what do you mean by algebra? Using variables, form your equation, then solve this. And if you really understand this method, as I told you, you can solve any question. Okay, it's very easy. So here, that's what is it given here? It says that calculate the perimeter of the following rectangle. So
Yes.
here, length, what is length? It is 7 centimeters, right?
7
And how
centimeters.
about width? It is 3
3.
centimeters. Now to find the perimeter, our perimeter formula is 2 times
2,
length plus width. After that, substitute here the value is 2 times what is
2,
length? It is 7. And
7
how
plus
about
3,
width? It is 3.
20.
Now 2 times 7 plus 3 is 10 is
So
equal
20.
to 20 centimeters. Okay. Not only knowing the answer, also the method. Okay. How am I solving? Pay attention. And okay, because if you just calculate without forming the equation, if I ask you a little bit more difficult question, then you cannot solve this without using algebra. You can use this, but other methods will be so long. Which asking anything here? 2020. Okay. In example 2, the perimeter of a rectangle is 36 centimeters. Its width is 7 centimeters. Find its length. Also here, we can answer the question, but when we are solving geometric questions, that's correct. I actually, again, encourage you to draw a picture or a diagram or a figure, okay? And label these diagrams after the formula equation, then solve it. Since here we are talking about a rectangle, let me
Yes.
change the color. So let me draw a rectangle. Suppose that this is our rectangle that we are talking in the question. It says that the width is 7. So this one is 7 and this one is 7, right? And length, we have no idea. So let's say length is L. What is given here? The perimeter is given, right? So here, perimeter is equal to 2 times length plus width. Now, do we know the perimeter? Yes, it is equal to 36. Equals 2 times, do we know the length? We don't know. We are going to find this. Do we know the width? Yes, it is given. It is 7. Now, we know that is 2 times something is equal to 36. Then what is L plus 7 is equal to 36 over 2, and which is equal to 18. Now, L plus 7 is equal to 18.
18 minus 7
From here,
is
what is
11.
L?
11.
18 minus 7, that's equal to
11.
11. Now, dot, dot, dot, the length of the rectangle is 11 centimeters. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, next question is then for you. Okay, can you just solve in similar way? I'll give you 1.5 minutes. Okay. Calculate the perimeter of the following figure. Example 3, you have 1.5 minutes. Yes, Nigar, Mariam, Ilkin, Leila, any answer? Time is up. Okay, Ilkin, 38.
78.
Uh, huh? 38. Anybody else?
78.
Sarah,
I think
38.
78.
Elmira, is your answer 78?
Yes.
Okay, 78. Any other answer? Okay, guys, now let's do this. Look, that is SASMO type question. Okay, as you see here, They don't ask the question directly. They don't ask find the area of a rectangle or find the perimeter of the rectangle. Okay, they ask this kind of a little bit tricky question. So now we know that the perimeter means the length of the boundary of this figure, right? Now I will do something here. Look, here I will just move this part, okay, and move this here. If I just move this here into here, I'm moving this and put it here, okay? And this one I moved here. Now it's moved here. And also this one I moved here to this side, okay? Now what happens here? Now we see a rectangle, right? We see a rectangle. So now what is the perimeter of the rectangle? It's just equal to 2 times length 19 with 13, which is equal to 2 times it is 32. The answer is 64 centimeters. Did you understand, Nigar, Ilkin?
Yes. Now I understand.
Because here, as you see, just I need to find the length, right? As you see here, if I add this length, right, to this length, it's just equal to 19. If I add this length to this length, just is equal to 13. We don't have to know the exact value, right? We know that actually the sum equals 13. So it becomes just a rectangle. That's why the perimeter is 64. So dot, dot, dot, our answer is 64 centimeters. Elmira, any objection?
No.
How did you get 78?
Um, I said I plus 30, 90, and get 72. Then I
32. 32.
yes, 32. Then
Okay.
I multiplied it 2. I get 64. But then I divide 13 by 2 and get 7.5, and then plus it, and so
No, no, it is wrong. Guys, can you pay attention once more? Okay, if I ask solve in this way, do you understand or not? Okay. And Nigar, this question is for you. Suppose that the length from
Yeah.
A to B, okay, let me just name the corners C, and this one is D, and this one is E, and this one is F. Okay. Nigar, this question is for you. Suppose that the distance from A to B is X centimeters. Now, what is the length of CD?
If we know that AF is 13 and FE is 19, yes?
No, no, no. If AB is X centimeters, what is the length of CD? Can you see CD?
Yes.
What is it? Look at the bottom, you know, the length, right, is 19. So
Yes.
CD is 19 minus X.
Oh, if we know, yes.
Because AB, because why? Because AB plus CD, right, is equal to 19.
Yes.
If this one is X, the CD should be 19 minus X. So that is 19 minus X, the remaining part. Leila, another question is for you. Suppose that the distance from B to C is Y. Then what is the distance from D to E? Or what is the length of DE?
Mm, mm,
Yes, Nigar.
1 plus 13 minus y.
13 minus Y, guys. Can you see that? Because here BC plus DE is equal to
13.
AE, which is equal to 13. So now, if I just collect them, what is the perimeter? Starting from 19 and in clockwise direction. Okay, from starting from 19, here we have 19, plus the next side is FA, that is 13, plus next side is AB, that is X, plus next side is BC, that is Y, plus next side is CD, 19 minus X, Next side is DE, that is 13 minus Y. Now, if you simplify this, we know that what is X minus X is equal to 0. Now, here we have X, right, minus X is equal to 0. And here we have Y minus Y is equal to 0. What we have here, 2, 19, and 2, 13, right? So that is 2 times 19 plus 2 times 13, which is equal to 64. Another method. Okay. All right. Okay, very good. Guys, if you are ready, now next question. Okay, you have again 1.5 minutes. If you are ready, we can start now. Calculate the perimeter of the following figure. Okay. Yes. Ilkin, your answer is 52.
Yes.
Ilkin, let's see. 52. Yes, Ilkin, your answer is correct. Good. How about the others? Nigar, Elmira, Leila. Do we have anybody else here? Mariam, Sarah.
Yes, I
Oh,
thought
Mr.
that
Rauf,
is,
you are also here.
I thought that is 52.
Okay.
Yes.
Any answer?
I'm typing.
I was typing too, but is that
52.
correct?
52.
Yes, but
Okay. If you got 52, very good.
yes.
As you see here, if you understand the rule, it's very easy, right? Now we need to find the total length, right? The length of boundary. Now, as you see here, if I just move this one here, right? And this plus this equals 11, right? So that means that here, and how about this one? This, and if I just draw dash line, okay, and also this one, this one, right? And this one. Actually, how can I? Anyway, so all right. Now let me continue here. This one 11, right? And this. Okay. Sorry, what's going on here? Okay, this one is 3, right? And also this should be until here, it should be 3. If I move this here, if I just move this here, this length plus this equals 11. So now perimeter, if I just start from this 11 and now anti-clockwise direction, 11 plus the next length is 12. Here we have 12 plus and this, that's equal to 11 again. 11 plus, and also this
And
plus this,
multiply by
that's
2.
equal to, what is it, 12, right? And two actually parts left that we didn't include them. That is number one. This one, 3 centimeters. Another one, this one, 3 centimeters. So that is 3 plus 3, right? So which is equal to, all are two numbers, 11, 11, 12, 12, 3, 3. At that time, I can just write them like this, right? 2 times 11 plus 12 plus 3, which is equal to, it is 15, 26. 2 times 26 is 52 centimeters. Okay, so the perimeter of this figure is 52. Very good. Rauf, what does I stand for? Is it Ibrahim?
What?
Your name, I dot Rauf. What does it mean? Abdul Rauf?
No, Israfil Frau, like it's a surname, like the first letter.
What's your name?
Rauf.
Rauf. Okay, good. Guys, let's move on to the next question. Now it's about area of rectangle. Okay. Okay. Nigar, can you read this, the first part and the second part, and third part, Sarah, you will read it. Okay.
Yes, area is the measure for the size of a figure. Comparing a figure by some units is the most general method.
Okay, continue. Okay,
Yes.
square centimeter, right? Square centimeter
Yes.
means,
Square
what do we
centimeter.
understand from this? We usually use unit of squares to compare areas. A square of one side, 1 centimeter, is used as a standard unit. As I see here in the picture, if we are given a square, one side is 1 centimeter. I mean, all sides are 1 centimeter. So the area is 1 centimeter squared. How did I get this? The area of a square is 1 centimeter, one side, times 1 centimeter, right? Now, if you multiply this, 1 times 1, it is
It is
1
1.
centimeter times centimeter, it is square centimeters, right? In math, we know that A times A, in a compact form, we can just write it as A squared. A squared means A is multiplied by itself. Like 2 squared means 2 times 2, that's equal to 4. 3 squared means 3 times 3, that's equal to 9. 5 squared means 5 times 5, that's equal to 25. And how about if we have meter, for example, it is given in meter. Again, we are talking about a square. So one side is 1 meter, another side is 1 meter. Again, to find the area, right, we should multiply one side by another side. That is 1 meter. So 1 times 1, it is 1. Meter times meter, it is square meter. Okay. So the area of a square is 81 square centimeters. Find its side length. How do we calculate this? Again, since it is square, that means that all sides are equal to each other. Suppose that one side is A. Actually, all sides are A, right? And how do you find the area? Area is equal to A times A, which is equal to, given here, is equal to
9.
81, right? So one number square is 81. We know that 81 is 9 times 9. So one side of the square is, what is it? 9 centimeters. The second one is the area of a rectangle is 120 centimeters squared, or square centimeters. Find the possible length and width as integers of centimeter. Find the possible length and width. You should be a little bit careful with this question, okay? Just a minute, okay? I need more space. All right. So here we are talking about a rectangle. Suppose that this is our rectangle of any size, okay? And let's say its length is L and width is W. What is given here? It says that the area of the rectangle is 120. That means that the area is equal to length times width, that's equal to 120. Find the possible length and width as integers of centimeter. And what are the integers? But here, positive integers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are integers, right? That's the whole numbers. So how many possible answers do we have here? Okay, Nigar, 9. What do you mean by 9? Nigar,
No, it is other question. It is example 2.
example
Example number 2.
Okay, all right. And also here, you have to keep in mind that when you talk about rectangle, right, the length is greater than width, right? So now I'll just list the possible values here then. Here, if I just make a table here, suppose that this actually represents length, width, and this one is length. Now, can you tell me that which two numbers product is 120? And we have some
20 and
possibilities, right?
6.
Number one, let's just start from the smallest one, right? In a
2 and 6.
60.
so
And
that is
30 and
1,
40.
1 and 120,
2 and 60.
Then 2 and
2 and 60.
and it is 2 and the 60.
3
It
and
is
40.
3 and
3 and
40.
40,
40.
4 and 13.
13.
5
4,
and
5
6,
4.
20,
20.
and 8, 15.
20.
I will continue here. That is,
Yes.
and here we have 10, 12, right? Should I continue? No, because if I continue, it will be 12 and 10, but we said that length should be greater than width. So this cannot be the possible answer for this. Okay, so if the area of this rectangle is 120, how many different rectangles we can construct so that their size, I mean length and width, are whole numbers? How many possible answers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can make 7 possible rectangles. Okay, good.
Okay.
Are you ready? Now next question is for you.
Yes.
All right, if
Yes,
you are
we are
ready,
ready.
you have 2 minutes. Okay. Okay, what is the area of this rectangle? Find it. 1.5 minutes.
$48.
48. That's correct. Okay, 48. That's correct. Who answered? Who said 48?
Elmira.
Elmira. Elmira Salmanzadeh. Elmira, where's your face? Why we cannot see your face?
I try to show, but I can't.
Okay,
Can you
Elmira,
see
good.
me now?
So here we are just using cutting method, right? So if I just cut this into 2 pieces, and now we get 2 rectangles. So the area of the given figure will be the sum of the areas of these smaller rectangles. And what is the area of B? Area of B is equal to, what is it? 4 times 7. And how about A? A is 10 times 2, which is equal to 28. That's equal to 20. And the sum gives us the area of the figure. Sarvinas, hey, can you bring some water, tea? Tea. Sarvinas, they bring water. All right, next question is for you. How about this one? 1 minute. Let's go take shower over. Okay, put it in the laundry.
220.
220, really? 220.
No.
No,
2220.
how much?
2220.
2,220 centimeters squared. Elmira, let's see what others actually tell me. Any other answer? Different answer? Okay, 5,200, Mariam. Okay, Mariam.
Is correct.
Mariam, you are so generous. Any other answer? Okay, guys, now, okay, one more. Let me just have a look, and after that, we will discuss together. 520. Wow. Wow, 520. Okay, guys, in 2 different ways, we can just cut this, right? Now, let me cut from here. Let me cut from here.
I have answer. 200 is 80.
Okay, let's see. Now this one is, let's say this A, and this rectangle is B, right? And as you see here, this one is 30 and this one is 20. That means that what is the length of this rectangle? It is 30
It is
plus
50.
20. That's equal to 50, right? And width is 20. So now A is equal to 50 times 20. That's equal to 1000 cm squared, right? It's not A actually, it's B. Why did I start with A? Okay, no problem. And how about A? If you look at A, width, it is 30. And how about until here? It is 40, right?
Because
So
my
that's equal
answer
to
is
30
2,200.
times 40. That's equal to 1200 cm squared. So now the total area, right, that's A plus B, is equal to 1000. Again, I should write A first. It is 1200 plus 1000, right? Which is equal to 2200 cm squared. Elmira, you said 2220, right?
Yes, I find my mistake.
Yeah, it's close, but 2200 Ilkin, that's correct answer. Okay, Ilkin, your answer is correct. So guys, the answer is 2200. Mariam, is it clear?
Yes, yes, understood.
Are you ready for a little bit more challenging question?
Um, okay, I'm ready.
Okay. If anybody answers for the first two students, I will give you 100. If you are here, I will buy some chocolate or ice cream, but you're so far away from me. So, all right, let's do it now. Read it. You have 3 minutes. Think, and now, as an example, I'll just give you a hint after the solution.
Mr. Carson, 20?
How much?
20?
20. Let me see. No, wrong answer. Sarah, no, not 20.
It's 11.
How much?
I think this is 11.
11?
Yes.
No.
10. I think 10, but I'm not sure.
Very easy question. Very easy
I
question.
think that is 10, but I'm not
Is
sure.
it 10? Yes.
Yes.
Now, look,
No.
suppose that there's the first one, the big one. Let me just denote the shaded region by capital A.
It's 7.
The
It's
second
7.
one, let's say it is B, right? And what is the length of this big one, the square? It is 4, right? And how about the small one? It is 3. So as you see here, to find the area of this shaded region in the picture, I need to find the area of the big one, and I am removing this internal part, right? This one from the center. So what is the area of this one? That is 4 times 4. And how about the area of this one, smaller one? 3 times 3, which is equal to 16 minus 9. That's equal to 7. So here, the area of this A is equal to 7 centimeters squared. In similar way, how about here? This one is, right? This one is, the length is 2, and the small one is 1. To find the area B, then B is equal to 2 squared, the area of the big one, and minus, we are removing this shaded, this purple shaded part, right? That's 1 squared. So 2 squared is 4, minus 1 squared is 1, that's equal to 3. Now, what is the total area? That's the total area, A plus B, that's equal to 7 plus 3, that's equal to 10 centimeters squared. Did anybody say 10?
Yes, I said
Yes, I said 10
Nigar.
too.
Okay, Nigar, your
Yes.
answer is correct. That is 10, and others all incorrect.
I said 2.
Sarah and me
Yes.
said.
Good. All right. Guys, let's continue. How about this question? Read it well. It's similar, but a little bit harder again, okay? You have 3 minutes. Think and do it.
Maybe it's 275 square.
275.
Yes.
No, the answer is less than 200. No. 35 seconds left. After that, we will analyze together. Time. Any answer?
Yeah, I can answer.
Leila?
29. Yeah,
29,975.
What? What?
I have many.
29,000? How is it possible, Leila?
300.
Okay, the answer is 100. Why is it so? Now, guys, as you see here, the flower bed, that the shaded region, right? It is a kind of flower bed, and it is surrounded by some kind of pool. Maybe if you have ever visited, I don't know, in Baku, visited some parks, right? Usually we have flower bed. Flower bed means flower garden. And usually it is surrounded by some kind of pool. Sometimes it is rectangular shape, sometimes circular, or sometimes oval, but here it's a square shape. So let me use dark red here. Let me just divide this like this. Look, starting from here, okay, until here. Starting from here and until here. And also from here until here, okay? And what do you think here? These areas are equal, right? This one is equal to this, is equal to this, equal to this. Now here we have 4 identical rectangles. Suppose that the area of one rectangle is A. And also this one should be A because they are identical. And also A, and also A. Now, what is the width of this rectangle? It is 5. It's given here, right? It is 5. This one is 5. And also this one is 5. And this one is 5, blah, blah. In the question, it says that if the area of the pool, right, is 300 square meters. So that means that what is the area? Area of the pool, area of the pool is equal to 300. And what is the area? It is A plus A plus A plus A. That's just equal to 4 times A. Now to find the area of one rectangle, then A is equal to 300 over 4. That's equal to 75. But at the same time, what is area? Area is width times length, right? And do we know that width is given is 5 feet, right? Every rectangle's width is 5 feet. So that is 5 times length is equal to 75. From here, what is length? Length is 75 over 5. That's equal to 15. So that means that the length of this one is 15. And this width is, what is it? 5. If it is so, this one is 5, right? And also this one is 5. Then what is the one side of the square? It should be 10. This should be 10. This should be 10. All sides are equal, right? So the area of the flower bed then is equal to 10 times 10. That's equal to 100 square feet. Leila, Nigar, Sarah, Mariam, and who else do we have here? Is it clear? Did you understand?
Yes.
Ilkin,
Yes.
Rauf,
Yes.
Elmir.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, now I will ask a more difficult question if it is. Now questions are getting more and more, challenging. Okay, so the next one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, example 6, and after you'll finish it. Did you hear anything?
Yes.
What is it?
Yes.
All right. Okay, guys, let me solve this. After that, example 2 will be for you. If a square is divided into 3 identical rectangles, the perimeter of each rectangle is 32. Find the area and perimeter of the square. Okay. Suppose that now we are given a big square, right? And the side is divided into 3 identical rectangles. That means that this equals this equals this. And suppose that one side is, it is W, and this is W, and it is W. Okay. So, Leila, can you tell me what is the length of this side then?
Mm, 9.
3W.
9.
3W.
Oh.
Why? Because it's a square, right? And all sides are equal. If this one is W plus W plus W is equal to 3W. And also this one is W, W, W, right? If I just do it like this, also this side is W, W. But together it is 3W. Now in the question it says that the perimeter of each rectangle is 32. So number one is perimeter of the rectangle. How do you find this? If you remember, 2 times length plus width is equal to 32. Now from here, 2 times, what is length? Length is this, right? This 3W. So that is 3W plus its width is just W. So here we have W is equal to 32. Now 3W plus 1W, how many W's? 4. Now here we have 3
4W.
times 4 times W equals 32. 2 times 4 it is 8. 8W is equal to
The correct
32.
answer is 4.
What is W? 32 over 8, that's equal to 4. Now let's say this one is length of the square. If it is so, what is the length? It is 3 times W, that is 4, is equal to 12. Number 2, what is the question? Find the area and perimeter of the square. Which square? Big square. So the perimeter is, we know that 4 times one side length, and side length is 12, right? So it's equal to 12, which is equal to 48 centimeters. And how about the area? One side times the second side, which is equal to 144 cm squared. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, the last question, guys. Let's solve this, and I will give you some questions similar to this. You have to practice, okay? If you don't practice, only listen here, you cannot make any improvements. Okay, the last example. All right, you have 1.5 minutes. Okay. Time. Any answer? Elmira, where are you? Nigar, Sarah, Leila, Ilkin, Rauf. Very easy question. Look, here, you understand the question, right? Here in your hand, there's a square shaped piece of paper. And with scissors, maybe you're making some kind of decoration. You just cut away this part, right? And the upper part, and also this part. And it says that the area of the square is 400 centimeters square before you cut off the corners. So how do you find the area of the square? If you remember, just one side is multiplied by this side, right? Because all sides are equal. That's equal to 400. 400 means it is 20 times 20. So one side of the square is 20 centimeters. Number 2, what is the perimeter of the given shape? Again, if I just move this here, all right, and move this here, what do we have here? We have something like this. complete square. The same thing, move it here, and also move this here. And we will have this kind of shape, right? And move this one here, and move this one here. It will be here. That means that the perimeter of the shape is exactly the same as the perimeter of the square. So how do you find the perimeter of the square? It is just 4 times one side. It is 8. That's equal to 4 times 20. So that is 80 centimeters. Dot, dot, dot. The question is 80 centimeters. Okay. Okay. İlkin 80, Nigar, but why late? All right, good. Guys, and the last question, I will finish with this question. Let me explain this. And after that, using this methods, you will solve your homework. I mean, you'll do your homework. The figure on the right is formed by 4 identical rectangles. As you see, this is A and this one is B. I can just continue here. This one is C and this one is D. All of these rectangles are identical. Identical means congruent. Congruent means exactly the same. So the area of the big square is 64. And big square means we are talking about the big one, right? Find the perimeter of the rectangle. So suppose that that is the width of this rectangle, and this one is length. So here, that is length, this one is width. And this one is length, this one is again width. And this one is length, and this one is width. Nigar, this question is for you then. What is the side length of the big square?
Of the big square, can you repeat please? My internet is
What
not
is the side length of the big square? I mean,
of
we
the
are talking about this one, right?
yes.
What is it?
So it is W and plus E.
L.
Oh, it is L.
Length.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if I want to find the area, then we know that it's just A squared. That is W plus L squared, right? Just multiply by itself. So to answer this question, I need to know what is this W plus L. So actually in the question, it says that the area of the big square is 64. Find the perimeter of the rectangle, right? This area is given, the area of the big square, 64. So that's equal to 64. Or 64, we know that that's equal to 8 squared, right? 8 times 8 is 64. If W plus L squared is 8 squared, then what is W plus L? You're just canceling these things, right? And W plus L is equal to 8. Now, what is the question? Find the perimeter of the rectangle. Number 2. How do you find the perimeter of the rectangle? It is 2 times length plus width equals 2 times, do we know what is L plus W? We have just found here, right?
Yes,
That's
it is
equal to
8.
8. So that's
8.
equal to 8. So the answer is 16 centimeters. Dot, dot, dot. The perimeter of the square rectangle is 16 centimeters.
Okay.
Okay. Guys, now I will drop some exercises related to this. Practice. If you cannot solve the questions, we will solve this question together again next time. If you solve all the questions, that would be great. And also there are the answers. First solve and after that compare your answers. Okay? All right. Right, thank you
Okay.
very much. The group is waiting for me. Now I have to leave.
Okay.
Okay, have a nice weekend. I will see you
Thank
next.
you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
Bye
Goodbye.
bye.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
for your lesson.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.